Alright, so there was a fluke. So I'm starting the podcast over because I don't feel like editing the audio today. I don't feel like doing anything. But so a lot of things to talk about today. So I'm going to do a short story with it. So I went to the Old Crest to go bury the emotions that I tried to express to her over text message, even though she's not getting my text messages. And I just tried, and I was studying a lot, all that stuff, and but I got out the best I can. Now the thing is, she's the only person that I get really steady around because she saw me at my most vulnerable when I was crying and stuff. But the thing is I'm looking back on all this, all those times she was there for me, you know. Man, there were just so many. Like, man, this guy's a nutcase. And there's a side of me, I wish I didn't put her through that, because I have a feeling that it kind of interfered with what could have been. Because she used to text me every now and then. But once the emotions started to diminish, it is what it is. And then I found out from my friend that it's completely normal for your feelings for someone to go away. But it's like the old James cried in front of her, was vulnerable with her. She saw me at my worst times. The old James wants to hold on to this. The old James wants to find a certain way to make it work. But the real James is saying it doesn't work. You gotta let it go, because like when she talks to me, it's like I'm a total different person. And it's back to the stuttering James. She's the only one I still have the stuttering with. And it's because she saw me at my most vulnerable one.
Oh.
Yep. But today, I tried expressing it to her. I tried saying, you know, I did say, you know, I still kick myself, you know, over all the emotional stuff I put you through, especially the crying and whatnot. She told me not to worry about any of that stuff and whatnot. I told her I just feel like me putting you through all that was just burning down so many bridges, and I don't want to interfere with our friendship. She said nothing's going to interfere with it, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, good.
And put me at ease about that. So her dominant behavior, it just really shows that that's just who she is. She don't take no crap from nobody. So like I'm trying to get comfortable, but she's always on her up and up. Like I tried to get to the side of her, she didn't want me to get to the side of her or anything. So I was just like, well, may I sit? She was like, yeah, you can sit. And so I don't know, old James, who is now buried, I'm not bringing him out anymore. Tried to explain it where new James is, and all I can do is move forward. Like I said, when I like someone, it's like my feelings are all the way over here. This person's feelings, I don't know how to communicate with it, so they're all the way over there. I don't know the lingo. I don't know any of that. It's like talking to a brick wall, and they're talking to a brick wall because I'm the whole time questioning everything. I don't know what's going on. And they're probably saying, well, he's probably not interested in me because he's not answering all the signs. But I don't know any of that stuff. Well, maybe that's for a good reason. But the crush I have now, she understands me. I get all the emotional support from her. And old James is now buried. He's done. Finito. I'm not bringing him out anymore. I'm not. So the thing is, I was in an argument with myself to even go get her. But old James just wanted to come out to explain where new James is. I was just so hard to vocalize it. But I got as much as I could. Did the best I could. And that's another thing. Remember the gift that I got her from Montana? Well, my friend,
Yeah.
My friend's going through some stuff. So I was like, well, it'll probably make her day and make her smile. So I go in there today with the gift bag. And it's me and Natalie, too. That's another thing. So me and Natalie go deliver the gift to her. She really liked it. Then later on that night, guess who's there? The woman I originally got the gift for. And I was like, oh man.
No.
But I explained it to her like right then and there. I didn't sugarcoat nothing. I told her, listen, my friend was going through some stuff and I haven't seen you in a while and I kind of gave you a gift away to her. And I didn't think you would mind because she's been really down in the dumps lately. And she said she's fine with that.
Oh.
And no worries. See, I'm being upfront and honest. I'm not hiding anything.
Right.
And but then she also saw me there with Natalie, and she's like, "So who's your friend?" and all this stuff. And Natalie from karaoke, blah blah blah. She started talking to Natalie a little bit. And, everything was going fine. I wasn't studying with her when she was talking to us. But later on, when the night was ending, that's when old James wanted to tell her where I am right now, emotionally. But I guess she's going to just have to see for herself when, my current crush comes back. She'll just see it for herself. Like, it's just not there. Whether she had emotions or not. See, the thing is, when I like someone, I'm just a complete open book. I let you know straight up everything. See, a lot of people are too timid with emotions because for some reason, Grandma, emotions nowadays are very, very looked down upon. No one wants to get attached because it's all hookups nowadays. No one wants to get attached.
Oh.
Yeah, but me being an emotional person, it's like talking to a wall. But the only person who really gets me is the crush I have now. Me and her can sit down and we'll talk for hours. But I had to put those emotions to rest because I know she didn't get those text messages, so she's never going to see them. So I wanted to try to be a man, face to face, and just try to tell her. And I did my best.
Well, good.
I told her I didn't want her to judge from the past. I didn't want to burn any bridges, just destroying whatever relationship or friendship we have. And I just want to just keep prospering. And I was explaining to her, you were there from the beginning. You were chapter 1 of my life of finding stability. And I came a long way. And she always holds a special spot in my heart and everything. But,
Well, James, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of myself too.
I think you did right.
I tried. But I just had to find a burial for it. I wanted my emotions to be heard. That's why I sent the text message, so they would be heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was in my text. So I went to her face to tell her. But I am feeling very good with the current class, though.
Good.
I did express a form of very, very caring me. A very caring version of me came out because you know where she's at right now, right?
Yeah.
She's in Florida. You know what's coming towards Florida?
Yeah, the hurricane.
Yep.
Ooh.
Soon as someone told me, Grandma, I was just constantly thinking about her. She's evacuating Florida, though. She's leaving Saturday, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah. She said that really sucks because it's going to hurt money-wise, but she said it's better to be safe than,
Oh, she's evacuating?
She has to.
Well, that's good because that's what they're telling them to do.
Yep.
I think it's supposed to hit Florida Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, she's evacuating Saturday, so that makes sense. Because
Oh.
we was going to come back sometime next week, but gosh, I just can't wait to have her in my arms, tell her how much I care about her. I don't want anything to happen to you, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Man, Grandma, you don't know how fast my heart dropped when I heard that.
I bet.
I was, she really understands me. I don't want nothing to happen to her.
They said Georgia may get hit, too.
I ain't worried about it. They say Georgia gets hit by a lot of things. I never see it.
Oh.
You see, that's what I get for not watching the news. I don't know what's going on around me.
I know.
But I kind of like it like that. But, yeah, so I told her, all that stuff. And, she was like, oh, James, don't worry about me. I'm fine. You just keep focusing on stuff to keep you distracted from all that stuff. And she's all about supporting me and supporting me with finding comfort in myself.
Good.
And not once when I start bringing up, how much she comforts me and all this positive stuff about her, she flips it and turns it around to me, which I see what she's doing.
Oh.
She's trying to reverse that mind state.
Uh-huh.
So she might be flattered, but she knows that I struggle with it. So just knowing that she's there helping me out, like, let me go. Yeah. Let's see here. So what I said was, beautiful. At work, they told me there's a hurricane going towards Florida. Please be safe. I don't want nothing to happen to you. If you can put me at ease about that, that would be cool. I just want to know you're safe. She said, we were supposed to stay until Sunday, but we're coming back early Saturday instead, which I'm disappointed about, but safety is definitely more important. Don't worry. And I said, oh gosh, good. I'm freaking tearing up right now. I'm glad you're safe, beautiful. She said, yeah, don't stress over it. Just focus on things that make you happy and driven to keep doing better for yourself. And I said, yeah, you see how she does that?
Yeah.
She is so professional with it. So I'm like,
oh, that's great.
I said, I'm not stressing no more. I know you're safe. I just don't want nothing to happen to you. And I'm at karaoke.
Right.
It was tears of joy that you were okay. And I'm getting better and better each day. Thank you for being an angel. And I said, sweet dreams, beautiful. Have a safe trip back home. So I just can't wait to have her in my arms. I miss her. But yeah. So that's that, you know. I think everything is going real good with me and her. Now that I buried those past emotions, you know, when she comes back, I can go full force with her.
Yeah.
Not focus about the old one, because I'm burying that. I'm burying it. I got to embrace what I got. Got to embrace what I'm getting from her. Old James needs to be put to rest. Because a new stable James is in the making. And I can't have old James coming up stuttering everywhere. And blah, 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 blah.
Don't put yourself down.
No, I don't like old James. Old James needs to stay in his place.
Oh, okay.
A new stable James is in town. And I'm only like that because she saw me at my most vulnerable. She knows she had me in her hand, gripped and everything. Now she didn't take advantage of it. She didn't take advantage of it at all. She didn't do anything bad to me or anything. To be honest, I was quite impressed when she had a chance to take advantage, but she didn't. I was very impressed by that. But it shows that, you know, she appreciates me, but I think what she's also showing me is that I need to appreciate she's a businesswoman. I do. New James does. But it's old James who comes creeping out of nowhere at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I remember when I had emotions for her. I need to text her, even though she's not going to see my text. And I'll just text all this bull crap. I don't like 4 o'clock in the morning, James. I was telling people at work about that. 4 o'clock in the morning, James, is a bad James.
Oh, is it?
Yes. I've had to cut some people off. But the thing is I don't do it in secrecy no more. I say it like, if there was one person that I would message at 4 in the morning, you know, I'm just straight lonely and whatnot. And I'm just, you know, hey, want to hang out sometime or something? Maybe we should schedule something at 4 o'clock in the morning. Because, like, and I'm not going to lie, this woman was, like, super duper duper gorgeous. And, you know, it's like everything that, you know, lust-wise, you know, the lust stuff. And then I snip it. I just gotta stop, James. Stop. Like, James, you're just lonely. You gotta stay strong. You can't be exposing your emotions like that. So what I did was I just sent her a message one time at 4, I think it was at 6 in the morning, when I was just like, yeah, I gotta stop messaging you. I really have trouble speaking to people that I'm very attracted to, and I continue to talk to them and whatnot. And even when you don't respond and whatnot. So I'm just going to nip this behavior. I hope you have a wonderful day, or something like that. It's just, man, I get so freaking lonely sometimes. And it was probably because I wasn't taking my medicine like normal either.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But man, 4 o'clock in the morning, James. But see, that's the thing. What I used to do, when 4 o'clock in the morning, James would come up, I would set stuff up with people and whatnot, and then I would be scared. I would be scared. Because I already know what's going to come. And I don't want to do that. I don't know, like today at work, I was explaining all of it. And like, I don't know, my friend was like, James, you need to start doing one night stands. Like, you'll feel better and whatnot. And I'm like, no, no, I don't need that. Because really, that's just going to cause me more emotional distress anyway.
Yeah. James, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. And, yeah, they just kept telling me that, James, you need to do this. Kind of like peer pressure. But I know that I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Mentally, I wouldn't be able to.
That's good.
Because right now, it's like when I really like someone, all my emotions are going towards that person. I can get emotional for a bunch of people. There's got to be one at a time.
Yep.
So, I'm just going to stick with how I am. Because even my caseworker told me, James, it's not you. You're not into that. So don't force yourself to do that.
Yeah, really. That's not you.
No, it's not. No. I do feel a lot better,
Well, good.
I've been eating like junk food all day though. But tomorrow, I'm just going to go back to strict fasting all week. And but I don't know. Natalie brought it up. She said what type of person I am. So let me look this up here because I'm kind of curious. I've never heard this before. Because I was explaining to her how, I just can't do that stuff. I just can't do that. And I told her about the people today at work just pestering me about, you got to do one night stands and you got to do this. You got to do this. You'll feel a lot better. You won't have those lonely moments. But man, that just sounds like it just creates more problems.
Oh, yeah. That would.
So let's see here. So what Natalie told me, she said that I am a demisexual. I've never heard of this. Have you ever heard of this?
What's that?
She said, James, you're a demisexual, and that's okay. And I'm like, what the heck does that mean? I'm going to look this up.
I've never heard that.
So let's see here. So it says here, from 17.com. For some people, crushing is a way of life. We all have those besties who are constantly talking about a new hottie they saw in class or a stranger on the street that gave them butterflies. These conversations can totally take over your lunch table, squad hangs, and even dominate the group text. But have you ever said to yourself, wow, what the heck are they talking about? Oh my gosh, that is so me.
Oh, wow.
Half the time at work, I don't know what the heck they're talking about. And they're talking about all these slang terms, all this sexual slang terms, and I don't understand any of it. Okay, so let me start over. Let me start over where I left off so I know you're with me. These conversations can totally take over your lunch table. So basically, lusting over people is what they're saying. Lustful conversation will take over your lunch table or whatnot and dominate the whole conversation. But have you ever said to yourself, wow, what the heck are they talking about? If you ever felt left out because you don't tend to experience crushes and attraction the way your friends do, you might be demisexual, according to the Asexual Visibility and Education Network. A demisexual is a person who does not experience sexual attraction unless they form a strong emotional connection with someone. Wow, that is so me. It's more commonly seen in, but by no means confined to, romantic relationships. Nevertheless, this term does not mean that demisexuals have an incomplete or half sexuality, nor does it mean that sexual attraction without emotional connection is required for a complete sexuality. In general, demisexuals are not sexually attracted to anyone of any gender. However, when a demisexual is emotionally connected to someone else, whether the feelings are romantic, love, or deep friendship, the demisexual experiences sexual attraction and desire, but only towards the specific partner or partners. Demisexuality is within the asexuality spectrum. In case you're unfamiliar with asexuality, is defined by AVEN as someone who does not experience sexual attraction. At this point, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, how did I not know that these sexual orientations existed? Well, since our society is pretty heteronormative, or based on the attitude that heterosexuality is the only normal and natural expression of sexuality, it can be hard to know that there are other people out there who might be feeling the same way that you do. And there are a lot of people who are totally in the same boat. Just search demisexuality on YouTube and you'll find tons of videos like the one below, where people debunk myths and get real as heck about their wonderful demi lives. Wow.
Boy, James, that sounds like you.
I know. Like, how does she know all this stuff?
Wow.
My grandma, she is one hip 40-year-old woman. Like, I mean, she knows all these slang terms and all this stuff. Like, I don't know how she does it.
Wow.
I've never heard of this.
I've never heard of it either.
So see, you see how I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
And you see, the old crush was supposed to be at work today. She was supposed to see me with Natalie. Oh, and she also saw me with my friend Barbie, too, because my friend Barbie was there, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she saw me with my friends. She saw me give my other friend, the gift that worked with her, and yeah. And then I learned this about myself. And Natalie just comforted me and hugged me and said, change, it's fine. It's just because I'm just so confused on why I don't. But now it makes sense why I don't understand all those conversations that people have that are sexual, and I don't understand it.
That's all right. You're unique in your own way.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Learn something new about myself.
Boy, that's something else.
Yep.
Boy, that Natalie is smart, isn't she?
Yeah, she really is. She knows her stuff. So now that makes sense.
Yep, it does make sense.
And I know I'm not alone, so now I got something else I can study on to see how these demisexual people live a normal, stable life. Even though I think I'm on the right path to it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I just miss my grandma like a New York style chicken on an Easter Sunday. Man. Oh, yeah. There's another thing I want to talk about. So, remember a long time ago when I had my episode at work?
Yeah.
And, like, it was very bad. Like, I was yelling in the car and stuff. And Dad was just making it worse. Well, that day I was yelling out in my car, just yelling a bunch of crazy stuff, a bunch of cuss words, just a bunch of violent stuff. Well, this woman overheard me today. Well, she overheard me that day doing that, and she came up to my car. But the thing is, when I'm that far gone, I usually recluse myself. I don't want anyone around me. Just in case, for their safety, I don't want them around me because they might trigger something. And I mean, I'll fight it back as much as I can. But like I remember, like a long time ago when Anna would poke when I was in episodes, like, man, it would get bad. But she'd be doing it over the phone. And I remember I would be saying, oh, I wish you were here. Oh, I wish you were here. She would just keep poking that. That's what I mean. Like, two mentally unstable people do not mix.
Yeah.
But, so I was telling her, she was like, James, are you okay? And I just told her, I said, get away, please. I don't want you to see me like this. Please get away. And so she's like, James, I want you to know that I understand what you're going through and that everything's okay. I said, okay, just leave. She eventually left, but she was still talking to herself, like saying, James, I want you to know I'm here for you and all this stuff, and I can relate. I know what you're going through. I don't want anyone around me when I'm doing my episodes. Like, just stay away from me. Because I don't want anyone to see that part of James. I don't want anyone to see that. I don't want to put anyone in fear of me or anything. I'm nothing to fear. It's just I got these problems that can be summoned, and it's just horrible. But yeah. So today though, the woman who checked on me, she had an episode today, and she ended up getting fired.
Oh no.
Yep. He tried to strangle one of the fellow employees.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
Yep. But the thing is, that poor old lady, she's an elderly lady. She just got out of the hospital like a month ago. She lost her husband. Like, she's so far gone, like, and the woman that she attacked was her friend. But the thing is I guess she made like a scene at church, and it embarrassed her. And so she didn't want to point it out at church. So instead she waited till they got to work and she said something about it. And and I think she tried to attack her.
Gee.
And see, my parents don't understand the severity of episodes. Like, that's why I recluse myself. Like, if I was in that woman's shoes, I would have been like, okay, well, I'm going to go to my car. And I would just recluse myself and get myself out of that.
Well, you know how to do that.
Yep. See, that's the thing. Well, I had to learn, and what really got me to do that was my sister. I would hold, because growing up as a kid, I would let go of the handlebars too much. Like, I like to look at it as like I'm holding on to handlebars, like on a bike. You want me to let go of the handlebars? Okay, I'll let go. I will let go. Because, like, I'm holding on as tight as I can. But I remember, man, like, when I would attack Joy, I would do it in front of my parents. I didn't care who was around. Like, I would go off like a switch. Because, man, as a kid, she used to get me worked up, like, so bad. Like, worked up. But as I got older and my parents not liking me, doing that, I need to stop. So I'll hold it back. But the thing was, though, I'd still go, like, try to attack her. But the thing is I would hold on to the handlebars as long as I can to the next day when me and Joy get home from school, because our parents ain't home for like a couple hours. So therefore, she's in my term. And it was like, every other week, Joy be calling Dad saying, James is trying to do this, James is trying to do that, blah, 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 blah. And the next thing you know, I'm getting whipped.
Oh.
Because I would just wait it out. Like, if she did something to make me mad, I would wait it out till we got home from school. So I learned how to control that from that. But then it just got so bad as I got older, after getting in so many fights with my dad and whatnot. That was just like, because I'll never forget, like, when Mom thought she would, like, big enough to, mess with me when I'm in my episode. And I didn't know she was, like, trying to chase me or whatnot. And I slammed the door on her, and it bashed her finger in the door.
Ooh.
Oh. And then Dad came in, and I had to deal with Dad. I don't know if we scuffed it out. We probably scuffed it out. Wouldn't surprise me. But, that's the thing. Like, when I'd get in my episodes, my parents would just fuel the fire. They would just fuel it. They wouldn't try to calm me down. They would just fuel it. Mom blames it on her Puerto Rican heritage, which is why she wants to keep it going. And Dad he's just Dad. He felt it was the time to go, we would go. And I'll never forget one time me and Dad got into a pretty bad fight. And I remember laying on the floor, bleeding on the carpet. And my mom saying, James, come on, get up. You're bleeding all over the carpet. Never forget that.
Where were you bleeding from?
My nose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did your dad punch you in the nose?
Oh, we got into a big fight,
Oh.
and I think I was like in 8th grade. We did that. 8th grade or ninth grade, you know, because I would get in these manic episodes, and the thing is I'm holding handlebars the whole time, like holding it back, because I don't want to do any harm to my parents or anything. But then just one day they'll hit me in that sweet spot, and the handlebars will be dropped, and I'm going off like a light. Like, I mean, even as a younger kid, like, I was in elementary school, I remember dad sleeping on the couch, and, like, you know, I didn't like him whipping me and stuff, so tried to attack him in his sleep. That didn't end well. So I've done that more than enough times. But my therapist explained all that stuff about why I was doing that.
Oh, yeah.
She said it was about the surrounding I was in and improper care of my mental state, which turned into other mental disabilities as I got older.
Yeah.
Because they said, like, if DCFS would have known about my situation, like, there was a chance that I would have been taken up from my parents and they would have got arrested. Like, if they were to find out about all that. But the thing is, it's too late now. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
The thing is, as a kid, you know, I'm thinking, oh, this is just normal. Because that's what Dad went through with his uncles, fist fighting and stuff. Now, it's not like me and Dad were fighting like every day or something. Like, it was very irregular. But when it was time to go, it was time to go. Because when I'm in an episode, then I think Dad might get in an episode. Oh, yeah, I've seen my dad get in a pretty bad episode. Because I remember, I'll never forget, I just got off work. I was probably about 20. And this was when I was, like, lifting a lot of weights and stuff. And, like, you know, I was really big at the time. And I'll never forget my dad just wanting to play fight with me. And I told him to stop. I said, stop, Dad. I'm not play fighting. I don't want to play fight. Because I don't play fight. My whole life, anyone's play fighting with me, I'm going to be the first one to take it to real. And then we can really throw hands. Because I'm not going to be the first one to get hurt. And I remember giving my dad all the warnings. Like, I came out and I said, Dad, you want to see the new weapons I bought? And I laid them all out on the kitchen and on the kitchen table, and, like, you know, tried to tell him I don't want to play fight. And you stop. I'm not gonna do it. And I remember him saying something snarky. It was like something like, "Well, you think you're tough because of those?" Back in my day, we used to use our fist and all this stuff. And the next thing you know, I'm just duking it out with them. And I mean, I've never been that close to winning. Like, I had him cornered up in the wall, just wailing on him. I mean, wailing. Like, I had him cornered, and he's just saying, stop, stop, stop. But the more he said stop, the more I wanted to keep going. And I just kept going. I hit him harder and harder and harder. And I was just going to town, and then Dad just unleashed this inner strength. And next thing you know, I'm going from the kitchen all the way to the front room, hitting the ground, and Dad comes charging at me like a bull. He's like, "Who the f you think you are, boy? I will f you up." And, like, all this stuff. And he kicked down my door, like, because, like, okay, Dad, you won. You know, you won. So now he knows that I don't want to play fight. So I go to my room and I'm going to go play my video games now. And then Dad was kicking my door, like kicking it. And, like, he's like, "You think you're tough? Come out here." He's kicking the door. And, like, but no, I didn't open that door. Then he eventually kicked down the door, and he was getting in my face while I'm on the computer. I'm just ignoring him. He's like, "You think you're a tough boy? You think you're a tough boy?" like all this stuff. See, the thing is I think Dad just, because man, when you're drunk, you're like, you know, you're vulnerable. But the thing is, I think by the time I hit him, I think it sobered Dad up, and then I think he just blacked out.
Oh.
Because he was mad. I remember him yelling. That door was broke. It was off the hinges and everything because he kicked it down. But I remember recording it because I had it on recording because Dad didn't know I was recording with my webcam. And I was going to upload it to YouTube, but then I'm like, man, I'm a grown adult. Like, it ain't going to do any good. I ain't a kid. So I didn't put it up because I think it was like the next day Dad apologized and whatnot and all this other stuff. And that's pretty much how it always is. Anytime we duke it out, like he would always win, but he would always apologize the next day. You know? And I'm pretty sure that's what Dad, you know, thought raises the man, you know, because that's probably what he dealt with when he was getting beat up by his grown adult uncles.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he was raised.
Yep.
But it messed me up. That's
he had to fight his way.
Yep. Little kid fighting grown adults.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a tough guy. That's how my dad grew up. But I'll tell you, my dad hated fighting me though. He hated fighting me, but the thing is I wouldn't let it go. I wouldn't let it go.
Oh my.
Like, to be honest, I'm surprised Dad would even feel comfortable falling asleep around his son who would attack him in his sleep from time to time. It's like, I wouldn't feel comfortable. I'm like, I'm going to go to my room and just lock my door. But see, that's how Dad is. Like, Dad likes having that alpha superior when it comes to being the male figure. That's why, like, when I was lifting weights and stuff, like, he always found some way to down me. And he hated hearing, like, the family say, man, James is getting bigger than you and all this stuff. Like, and it's like his family would feed off his reaction to that. And I have a feeling that that's how Dad grew up. Like, of just people downing him. Because, I mean, look where he is now. His family downed him so much that he made something of himself. But the thing is, he's so mentally unstable from everything. He's having to deal with the repercussion from how he was raised.
Yep. He told me all those stories.
Yep.
He told me.
Yep, he's full of stories.
I believe him.
Oh, yeah.
I believe him.
Yeah, he's proud of them stories, but that's nothing to be proud of. That's like child abuse.
I know.
Your little kid should not be fighting grown adults.
I know.
Grown adult uncles.
Right through his uncles.
Yep, grown adult uncles fighting a little kid. Come on now. So that's why. That's
calling
probably,
him then.
Oh, yeah. That's why I have a feeling something great's going to come out of what I am. Because, I mean, look where Dad got. Something great came out of him. Look where he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's dealing with repercussions and whatnot still to this day, but he made something of himself. He got out of the gutter. He got out of all of it. Got away from all the people. He got away. Made something of himself.
Right. He told me when he was here in Decatur, he says, one of these days, I'm going to take Jeannie and the kids to another state.
Yep.
We're going to move. And I says, oh, Jim, don't do that. He says, we're going to leave Decatur.
Yeah, you know why he wanted to do that? Because he didn't He wanted to show the people he grew up with that he was better. Dad loved it. Dad loves going back home. He loves going back home. You know why? Because everyone who picked on him in the family is asking him for money, wanting to borrow his leather jacket, wanting to borrow his sunglasses. Dad loves that. Wanting to see his new car, wanting to see. Dad made something of himself. But that's why they're so materialistic.
Yeah.
Because that being how Dad was raised, that's what they thought was cool. So Dad loves going back home and just, gloating and, just loves it. Because growing up, he was picked on like really bad.
Yep.
That's why Dad wanted to move out. He wanted to show them, because I bet you $1,000,000 his family was probably telling them, "You'll never get out of here," just downing them even more. "You'll never get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be a mess up just like the rest of us."
Yep.
Oh, so they did?
I think so.
I bet they did, because he was so determined. Dad loved proving them wrong.
I think Larry even said, it's not going to last.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know Ma said that their marriage wouldn't last.
Yep. You see how they downed them a lot?
Oh,
because
yeah.
no one in the home, no one in that family, have a stable relationship.
Yeah.
So Dad just put up with it, and that's why he stuck around with Mom so long.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I don't even think they're compatible. Like, I don't think they're compatible at all. I think they're just forcing it because that's just how they were raised. And Dad don't want to be, he had this thing on his head where he didn't want his kids growing up without a father because he grew up without a father.
That's right.
So something just tells me their relationship was just forced from the get-go. Because I can't speak too much on it, but I mean, because it has nothing to do with me. But like, Mom and Dad had a lot of difficulties when me and Joy were kids, and from what everything sounds like, it sounds like they are not compatible at all. It's like they were just forcing it out. This is what it is. We have kids. Because, man, how many times, like, Mom talks about, like, divorcing him and all this stuff. Like, it's unstable. It's unstable.
Yeah, but they never got divorced.
Yeah, but, Grandma, the way my mom, that day when she came to you and said, she's never done that. She's never done that.
Yeah.
She usually just leaves it in the house and just leaves it as is. But that she would call you, that means it's getting bad. Telling you, I think I was kicked out of the house for a reason, because the higher power does not want me to be around whatever's going to go down at the house. I don't know what's going to go down. I don't know. But relationships should not be forced, especially because you have a kid, because in the end, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
But I think Dad's ambition for being a good father, I think that was playing a toll on him, and it was just messing with his mental state even more. Because even though he might not be comfortable there, he toughed it out because he remembers how he grew up without dad. I'm pretty sure there's,
I have to hand it to him, James. When you were born, he was going to be a father.
Yep.
He was going to be the father to you.
Yep.
That's it. He is your father.
Yep. But that's what I think kept them together for so long, because Dad didn't want to be he didn't want his kids to be how he was raised. Dad did the best he could.
Yeah, he did.
It's not my fault he was abused by his family. It's not my fault. I mean, that's why he was gloating around about how he kicked me out the second time. You know, just gloating it out. Yep, I kicked him out. Yep, I kicked him out. That's that mentality that he grew up with. Because they loved that on my dad's side. Yep, I had to kick him out. You got to learn to be a man. Kick him out. But I'm doing good. I'm very thankful for everything. You know, I'm glad I made it out. Glad I'm still here.
Yes, James, I am too. You've come a long way.
I have.
You've come a long way.
Yep.
You made it through tough times. You made it through being homeless, living out of your car. Those times were not easy, but you did it, James.
Yep.
You persevered. You did it.
Yep.
And I believe that God was helping you.
Oh, yeah. But everything's going as planned. Like this demisexual stuff, I had no idea about it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Just continuing to learn more stuff about myself.
Really?
Which means I'm just on the right path. I'm on the right path. But yeah, been through a lot, and finally on my path to stability. I gotta be patient with my crush, because I'm very positive something's going to come out of that, with how good things are, with how supportive she is of me. She's a beautiful, beautiful person.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But everything's going to get better from here. I'm not giving up on anything. Still have my foot down when it comes to the past. You know, that's basically what I did today. You know, I'm considering the first chapter in the past, and I'm trying to leave old James in the ground, because old James, you got to go, old James. We can't have your stuttering self trying to impress her anymore, because you done burned so many bridges. The red flags, there were so many red flags. You done burned it, James. Let it go. It's done. Finito. Done. Quit trying. This is so freaking hard. But I did the best I could today. Told her like it was.
You did, James.
Yeah, I did it. And she listened. She listened. And I think everything is just going to get better from here, because I think she was put there for chapter 1 to take all these red flags and to sculpt me into what I am right now. And then and then she was supposed to take the vacation. She was supposed to be at the real estate stuff and, not working her other job and me not seeing her. And then that's when I fell for the person. That's when I fell for the person I was supposed to fall for. She was sculpting me to that time, for that time where I actually fell for the one that I was supposed to.
Yeah.
So she played a role. And, that's the thing. I think the higher power knows that she didn't have no emotions for me. and she's not going to be offended by any of this. But the old James don't get that. Because even my crush, she even tried to tell me she's not going to care. She's not going to care, dude. Like, just don't even bother telling her. Like, it's she's not going to care. But old James wants to get his emotions out. Old James wants to be heard. New James could care less. You like me or you don't. Because like my friend, one of my friends at work, what he tells me all the time, James, what's the worst they could say when you ask a question? What's the worst they could say? And I say no. And I said, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yes or no. That's all they can say. No matter what question it is, there's only two responses that they're going to give you, a yes or a no. That's it.
Yep.
That's all. It's not the end of the world. He said, so what are you going to do if someone says no to you? Are you going to just let that corrupt you and just destroy you? Or are you going to keep pushing?
Right.
You got to keep going. It's just a no.
That's right.
But I think the old crush was supposed to see me with friends, was supposed to see me giving gifts. Like, I'm just perfectly sculpted now. You know, who knows? Maybe she went home and patted herself on the back. Like, wow, he's came a long way. And I helped him with that. You never know.
That's right.
Now I'm falling for the right one. And it's only going to get better from there. Especially when she comes back home. I got so many tricks up my sleeve. I can't wait. I'm just overly amped. But I think I might cry because of the hurricane situation.
Oh, yeah.
That really affected me, like hearing that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm going to try my best not to cry. I'm going to try my best. But honestly, I don't want nothing to happen to that woman. I don't want nothing to happen to that woman.
Did you know about the hurricane before?
Well, the thing is the hurricane just started happening, didn't it?
Oh, it's been happening for a while now.
Well, geez, why did they choose to go down there? I guess maybe they thought it wasn't going to be that bad.
Yeah.
That was the first I heard of the hurricane, so. Who knows? Grandma, them girls work all the time, so they probably don't watch the news either.
Yeah.
They're probably living like me. We just don't know what's going on in the world. I'd rather not know. So the news is just filled with negativity.
And they said Georgia might get hit, too.
Yeah, they also said my grandma might get hit, but you never seen anyone hit her. You know why no one hit her? Because she beat them up before they'd hit her. My grandma's cool.
Oh, James, you're cool.
But yeah, everything's getting better from here. I'm gonna support my crush to the fullest. Her and her kid. You know, I got a responsibility now. We might not be together now, but one day we will. That's my goal. That's what I'm confident about. And one thing, one of the employees at work told me, she's like, that's all it takes, James. Confidence. Got to believe in yourself. Got to want it. Got to yearn for it. Got to go. Because, man, people, say, oh, I'm having a tough time finding someone or something. there are tons of single moms who need help because their daddy's a deadbeat. Same for women. There are tons of single fathers out there because the mother is a deadbeat. One of my friends is dealing with something like that right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. He's fighting for custody for his kid. And I hope he wins. But, you know, I don't have a problem with her having a kid. My ex had two.
Yeah.
You know, them kids hated me for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it was probably because I wasn't their dad and whatnot, but whatever. It is what it is. But I'm going to stick by her side and just continue doing that. That's all you can do. I want to see a success come out of her. And I'm gonna help her get there. And that's how it is.
James, you're all right.
Yep. My grandma's the coolest.
Thank you, James.
But yeah, I'm on the right track.
Yep.
Everything's being put into place. Natalie was supposed to tell me this, so now I can look up more stuff on it. And everything's going to get better from here.
Yeah.
And, so before I cut the podcast off, Grandma, is there anything you would like to advertise today?
The Dunkin' Donut coffee. It's here in Decatur, Illinois, at Dunkin', between 1 o'clock in the afternoon and 6 o'clock in the evening. Dunkin' sells all their large drinks for 99 cents. And the one drink that I always get is a large mocha coffee with 2 Splendas and some cream. And it comes to $1.21.
My grandma's the coolest.
Oh, you're the coolest, James.
Well, I want to advertise my grandma being the coolest human being on planet Earth. And if you got a problem with it, we could take it to the streets. I will fight you. I will fight you. And if I win, that shows that my grandma's the coolest in the world. So if you want to fight me, just call me at 1-800. I want to get my butt kicked by James. And I'll answer the phone and I'll say, all right, where are we meeting so I can kick your butt? Just come prepared, yo. Just come prepared. Because I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. if you want to fight over if my grandma's cool or not, because that's what we'll be fighting over. Oh, you don't think my grandma's cool? Okay, well, let's go. Let's go. Let's go right now. If I win the fight, she's cool. And if you win the fight, then she's not. But I'm going to tell you this. I don't lose. I don't lose. My grandma didn't raise no sucker. Ain't that right, Grandma?
That's right.
Like if I lose the fist fight, watch your back the next day. You don't know what's coming to the table the next day. If I lose that fight, well, you better watch out because you don't know what's coming the next day. It's just going to escalate until I win. Eventually, I will win. Ain't that right, Grandma?
Yep.
See there? You heard it from my grandma. Now, Grandma, tell these people you're the coolest person in the world and go.
Oh, I don't want to say that.
So, Mimi, you got anything else you want to advertise?
Louisiana hot sauce. It is so good. It gives food a flavor. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, but it's got flavor.
That's how good that stuff is. It makes you turn into a dog. My grandma's cool.
Oh, James. I love you, James.
Love you too, Mimi. All right, we're going to cut this podcast off.
Good night, everybody.
All right, and we are. Oh, yeah.